You've heard greatness. I've thrown around greatness mainly with the series Manga, but I need to take y'all back to the origin of where me and manga and the term greatness started. And that's with One Piece. And this, my friends, like a good friend of mine says, is One Piece greatness. This shit right here, I'm not gonna lie, it had the intensity of Marineford, it had the build-up of Marineford, and it just feels like the climax is coming, and just say it with me, Gear Force! I'm so fucking hyped right now. I love this chapter. So for starters, is Treble dead? What the fuck happened? After that explosion, I'm just kind of like, you worthless motherfucker. You were just a booger man after all, right? Because he's completely done. And also, it's kind of setting up exposition. And at the end of the day, everybody knows they're pretty much like Krillin when it comes to this fight because nobody can do anything. At the end of the day, Doflamingo and Luffy are on a whole different level than everyone else there. I mean, maybe Zoro, if he really was there, whatever, he could help out. But, I mean, at the end of the day, he's not, he's kind of like, a little bit of ways, and he needs somebody to help him get down. So, and that's kind of, I guess, setting up a little bit of a kind of excuse as to why Zoro can't help out, but I don't think Luffy will want him to help out anyway. And I'm guessing Oda kind of doesn't want to go the whole, no, leave it to me, I can do this all on my own type of BS. So he's kind of trying to put Zoro to the side so Luffy could do this on his own. And honestly, this one, it just really was doing such a great job at building everything up and making it seem even more compact of how Doflamingo was apparently aware of Luffy for a long time. He's been kind of following him and kind of watching his rise to the top of greatness, and it just worked very well. Honestly, I don't know if it was the atmosphere of this chapter or just the way it was set up and built up. It just really took things to a whole new level and just really got things exciting. And honestly, I can't fucking wait for this to be animated. This really feels, I always go back to Luffy versus Lucci because that's one of the most iconic fights where it was just a knockout, drag out brawl. And that's what this feels like right now, and I'm loving every second of it. Honestly, I'm loving every second of this fight. The way Oda's setting things up as well with Cavendish being there and kind of how Law made that decree, I'm gonna say, first of all, Law is a real motherfucker, and it just really plays so well into his character and everything we've known up till now. Like, the rumors of, remember early on when Law, people were like, oh, maybe he gave his crew's hearts away so that way he could get that position? No way in hell. After this chapter, there's no way in hell that Law would do such a cruel thing to people that he cares about. So somebody like Doflamingo, he'll cut his nuts off and fucking drag him across his face, but not his people. And this chapter clearly displays that. He's like, I'm going to die or live with Luffy right here, and I respect the fuck out of that, and it just plays so well into his character. And then with Cavendish sticking around, what I'm guessing might be happening is this might be a huge build-up and setup for Cavendish to get even more fame and more acclaim or be more bitter, because depending on how things go, when the news breaks out, Cavendish was a bystander there, so either he's going to be really upset if he doesn't get broadcast as like one of the people that was there for the final battle, or he's going to get the acclaim and recognition that he so badly wants because he was there, he witnessed the final battle, he was around, he took part in it. So I think that might be a setup for something along the lines of that, and also a setup for when shit goes down, when Luffy is down again. This time we're not going to have like some, you gotta get up for your friends. Maybe Cavendish might be the one that drags him and Law out of the battlefield, or maybe Cavendish might jump in and save Luffy. Who the fuck knows? But Cavendish being there as well with Law, I think is some sort of plot point being set up for something to happen towards the end of this fight. And another thing, if you notice, Doflamingo has gotten into Luffy's head so badly after all this that it really took Luffy to a point that you don't really see him often. And in my opinion, honestly, I think he took him to a point he's never been before, where Doflamingo was basically like, you've been a thorn in my side, this and that, and Luffy's like, no, you're the one that's been a thorn. You did this to my friends. You did this, you did this, you did this. And normally Luffy's just kind of like, shut up, let's fight, let's just do this thing. But the fact that he's recounting everything and just going through all this and like really talking a lot kind of shows what Doflamingo has done to Luffy. And honestly, I think we might get a little bit of character development out of Luffy in this one as well, because it's just like he pushed him to the limit. He disrespected his friends. He has this entire island in peril of innocent people, and at the end of the day, while Luffy's a pirate, we all know he's a good person, kind-hearted, etc., etc., and he don't want to see innocent people getting hurt in this battlefield, which also, the way things were being sped up as if, like, in 30 minutes even, old people that can't move, they're going to start getting hurt, whatever, that's probably an indication that this fight isn't going to last that long. Like, it started off with the hour, and then it's like, well, even in a half an hour, people are going to start dying, getting hurt, etc., etc., so I don't think this fight is going to be that long, honestly, and it's already been, like, a couple chapters starting off, but Gear Force, baby. What is your guess for Gear 4th is the only question I am asking. Fuck everything else, because at the end of the day, this bomb-ass, very good and great build-up chapter, but what is Gear 4th? What do you think? Is it going to be a combination? Is Luffy going to go some sort of metamorphosis? What do you think is going to be Gear 4th? I cannot fucking wait. If that is not one of the biggest cliffhangers ever, I don't fucking know what is. I can't wait. And Oda, why? Why do you do this to us? He's going on break next week. What are you doing? Like, come the fuck on. Either way, excited as a motherfucker. Can't wait for the following chapter, which 2 weeks from now. But what is your guess? Honestly, only thing I can think of is it's a more muscular form, maybe. Maybe it's like a mixture of Gear 2nd, where like instead of being that giant form that, you know, Gear 3rd has, he just kind of has like a muscular built form that can move really quick. And if Gear 2nd was a strain on his life, and God knows what Gear 3rd does as well, I'd imagine Gear 4th is going to be a tremendous strain. And it's kind of funny because I remember hearing like fake articles or whatever building up that in the final fight, Luffy and Doflamingo, Luffy is going to have to go Gear 4th, and now's the time. And it's kind of interesting as well because in this fight, Luffy hasn't been far off from Doflamingo, so I was not even expecting that he would need this, to be honest with you, to keep up with Doflamingo, because like, yeah, in this fight, Doflamingo hasn't been completely, you know, outclassed or whatever, but Luffy hasn't been like, you know, under the radar neither, and it's like, fuck, I can't wait to see what Gear 4th is. Honestly, great chapter, 9 out of 10, beautiful fucking ending, or not beautiful, just suspenseful as fuck. It's just great shit all across the board. Yet again, the originator of this bitch, that One Piece greatness. But that's all I have for this review slash reaction slash fanboy moment. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you could do so as well, that'd be amazing. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. Why do we gotta wait 2 weeks for Gear 4th? Fuck!